Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Oh my god, Odari's here. He lives. What up? How's everybody doing? Sorry I'm a little bit late. I was watching TV and my show that I thought was 45 minutes was not. And I panicked and I'm sorry. All right, we're here. How is everybody doing tonight? Okie dokie smokies. Okay, so we are going to do some tarot. Hopefully to move all this around. Hopefully my camera plays the game tonight. It's working so far. Okay, that's good. Okay, so last week we worked a little bit on the tarot deck. I'm just going to pull my brightness down a little bit so that plays the game. There we go. We worked on the tarot deck. And as you can see, if you were here last week, I have made some more progress in that I'm pretty much done this card, I think. I completed what we were working on last week. I really got the shadows into the bow a lot more, and I really like how it pops. Some of them, now that I'm looking at it, might be a little dark, but we'll come back to it a little bit later. Once I put it onto the background with the border and everything, it may not look too dark. And then I went in and I gave some glow to our candles. I gave some sticker outlines, some of those outlines, and got that ready to go. And then I enhanced some of the shadows I was a little bit worried about, especially on the hand. When I started putting the outlines on, I was worried I was overlapping them too much, so I just kind of enhanced them a little bit more. Excuse me. So I think I swallowed a bug. So I should never share, but I'm pretty sure it's just one of those things you can't unfeel it in your throat. It's really gross. So I enhanced those shadows, and I think we're pretty close to being done on this one. So I was going to put it into the border and everything, but that's not as exciting for the live stream. So I actually started another card last week, so we're going to work on that one. Odari says, wow, that looks great. I've been in my way too long. Thank you so much. Yes, we've missed you on all the streams for sure. This is card 7, and we're going to work card 8 on a tarot deck. So let's pop open the one that I've started working on this week. So this one is the 8 of Wands card, or tense in our case here. Excuse me. So what we've done, sorry guys, just one sec. Sorry, something's definitely stuck in my throat. It's probably not a bug. We're probably fine. Alessandra's here. Hello. Welcome to the stream. So this is the 8 of Wands, and it's another tent card. So it's a black and white card with obviously our little accents here of red going on. So I was able to lay down the line arts. Actually, I wonder if I can. So able to lay the line art out here and get things sorted out. And it came together actually really quickly, which was really nice. And then I started laying down our paper patterns. So what we're probably going to do today is start getting in some shadows and things like that, start building up our layering that we need for the cards. So like I said, black and white. This one is a tent, as I described earlier. Sorry, I'm in a little bit of a spiral today, guys. Kind of stuck in a circle. We'll move forward. So this one's a tent inspired by the book, and it's called Bedtime Stories in the book. And what the idea is here is it's a tent full of jars and urns and all kinds of vessels of sorts, vases, everything like that. And inside each one, if you open it up, the scent is a memory or a dream of some kind. And so it's this tent just full of all these kinds of magical jars. I have a few ideas of effects that I want to do on this card. I think I'm going to add in, do a little bit of what we did for the fortune teller and add kind of a hint of the curtain from the tent. But I'm going to see how this comes together. If it's too busy, I might leave it out. We're going to do that later on, and then I'm going to add some kind of like magic, just kind of hint that there's magical things in the jars. But I'm not going to be getting into like details that say like, oh, these are memories or anything like that, because again, this is inspired by the book. It's not actually from the book. But drawing all these fun jars was a really fun time. So I was cleaning up some of our allowances. I won't do a lot of that on the stream today because like it's kind of boring. But you can see because that we're working in such small sections, I didn't adjust my clearance properly, and so we have all these like little gaps here. So I'm going to fill those in, but I'm going to fill them in later, but that's not really fun for you guys to watch me color in. But that's kind of what I'm doing here, fixing all these little spaces. So something for me to do while I watch TV later on. Okay. So we're not going to work on that right now. I'm going to work on the shadows and highlights and things. So what I'm going to do here, we haven't worked on a black and white card in a while. So I did the same thing that we did on the last one. And I have this hue saturation layer here on the right. And that's what's making all these paper patterns that you can see that is like the tan colors. That's what making them all black and white. So I'm going to make sure that I put my shadow layer, I'm going to make sure that I put it underneath that, so that I'm going to try and pick a black and white, but if I accidentally kind of go in with my browns or my reds or anything onto this layer, it'll dull them down. It'll take all the saturation out, so it'll always be black and white. We won't have like a weird brown shadow or something where we shouldn't have one. Now, do I want to do the stained glass first or the main ones? Let's do the stained glass one. I haven't done a black and white card in a while. That should be good. Oops, disc brush. Pew, pew. What the heck? So Odari, I saw your studio coming together, looking fabulous. What else have we been working on? Sure. Oh, no, I can't put these ones in yet. Silly. I'm going to put the bigger shadows in first. Duh. Okay, so what we're going to do first is on our stained glass pieces, throw in our big shadows and our big highlights first. Now this one was a little bit, it came together, oh dear. It came together really nicely in the liner, but it was a bit challenging to try and decide where the stained glass was going to go and where the different patterns are going and how many to use, because this easily could have gotten out of control by making sure that, actually, you know what? Oh no, I did that already. Never mind. Ignore me. So I just didn't want it to get too out of hand with too many patterns. And I wanted to put the stained glass in, but because we also have all these like little fancy tops on these urns and things, I didn't want to put too much stained glass and make it too busy. So we'll see how this comes together. It being kind of a modular kind of design, and like each of the jars standing on their own a little bit. If I find that one's too busy, I can always color it in a different way. So we'll see how it comes together here. Oops. Oh, what mucho? What mucho? Huffy man. Barbara's here. Hello, Barbara. Welcome to the stream. I'm a homeowner now, so I've been working on the house. Ugh. My goodness. There's so much work. Just getting my apartment under control. Like the summers was pretty busy with some travel and some vacations and things like that, and then getting ready for fall markets and all this chaos that I kind of like. I'm trying to get my apartment kind of like back to normal, and just that is just like too much for me. So yeah, like that's a lot. I hope that it reduces soon. I was like, I hope you're done soon, but I feel like home ownership, like you're just not done. That's not a thing. You want to make it look fancy. I do like the updates you have done though. You guys are killing it over there. Alright, so for these ones, we're going to do our fun paint splatter brush. Oh, poo. This one? Yeah, that one. Woohoo! Now I'm putting this on the same layer as the other shadows. I think we're safe to do that. Again, kind of a modular design here, so it should be easier to remove the shadows if we don't like what they're doing. Hold still, buddy. You're gonna fall down. Don't fall. Don't fall, Macho. Whoop. Making a plan. Barbara says, congrats to Ajari. Welcome to your second job, home ownership. Yeah, there's just a lot going on in houses. But a fun place to make it your own. So that's still cool. Oh dear, let's just try that again. Oh my goodness. It's been a crazy year, just so Darius and I adjusting to our new life. That's fair. That's and that can take as long as it needs to. That's totally fine. Adjustments can take some time. And as long as you guys are working together, which it sounds like you are, that's great. That's awesome. Okay. Oh no, don't erase the thing. That's awesome. I wonder if I want to kind of treat some of these small lids like a stained glass. So I don't think I want too much of this splatter all over the place. It's going to get a little bit muddy. It's funny, each card kind of presents its own challenges, because 2 cards ago I was really struggling with the layering I chose. Then the last card I was kind of not sure about how I was going to lay out the layering. And then this one is kind of like, how am I going to do the shading? So Each one is its own fun little challenge, which is totally okay. Oh dear. It keeps them exciting. Alright, let's find some of these big ones. I'm going to clean up all these little kind of speckly pixels later on. It just doesn't make for a very exciting live stream to watch me adjust these kinds of things. I just didn't have my tolerance set high enough for this one. It was remembering a setting I did for another piece of art, so it was set a little higher. It's just a different setting that just doesn't work for these tiny little bits, so easily adjusted. Oh dear, not you. So I have been working on market things. I have prints coming in. Actually, I got some today, which is super fun. I'm throwing some teasers out here. Some of my prints come in this tiny box. What's in the tiny box? Who knows? So I'm very excited for launching all those. It's fun to see them all come in the mail. So great. By the way, my son's girlfriend lives in your neck of the woods. Oh my goodness. Said she's French Canadian. He wants to learn French now. That's amazing. That is amazing. It's a good language to learn, especially when you're this close to the border. I know it's pretty kind of critical for some people who were in kind of like the Ottawa area. I know a lot of people who lived when I was in Ottawa who had like PhDs and all these different things, and they couldn't speak any French and they could not get a job. If you're in that area of Ontario, the French can only help you. So hey, that's a good skill to have. It's a good skill to have. So funny. So there's not a lot of these added like filigrees or anything like that in the paper patterns, but when I get to show them off and use them, I totally do. So this, like on this jar, is like it says love, and it's like a stamp of there's glitter and all that kind of stuff in it. But usually they're all these kind of filigrees because it's like a scrapbook paper almost that I took the scans from. They're all kind of around the edge because you don't want to be covering up a design or anything. So they don't come into my designs very often, but when I can see the opportunity to use them, I try and definitely put them in if I can. Oh my goodness. Wants to learn French. I love it. I love it. Oh, the things that inspire. You might benefit from learning from, she might be a better teacher than some of the French teachers. The area that I grew up in, I don't want to do this, sorry. We're going to switch to another piece. The area I grew up in, I learned French, like I did like French immersion and everything, so I do speak a little bit of French. And, but there's an area kind of outside of my town that I grew up in. It's a smaller town, and they're kind of like a French-speaking town, but it's the way they would speak. We would call it Fringlish. They say things like, we were out picking strawberries one time, and there were these ladies on a tractor who with us. We were going out to the field, and there was these little kids like playing on like a teeter-totter or something. And they said something like, it was like, oh, look at the petit bonhommes on the teeter-totter, oh, so cute. So it's like English and French all just like mooshed together. So hopefully your son will just kind of learn French Canadian way as opposed to the Fringlish way. We all knew what they said, so I don't know. I don't know who's right or wrong. But always fun. Buddy, you're going to fall off the chair here. Come here, you squirmy man. Eesh. Here, let's Mojo, squirmy guy. There we go. Okay. Trying to draw the picture, Moj. Yeah, so we got market things coming up. Everything's at the printer. I'm waiting for one more place. Everything came through really quick. Waiting for one more place. And I have to get some added like support things like plastic bags and things like that. A small snafu, but we have sorted it out. And we will get those ordered. And then we'll be ready to go. 2 markets for the rest of the year. I'm so excited. Oops. Atari says it's funny that we don't speak French here. Detroit is a French word. Oh, the irony. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of things like that. I know up here too. A lot of like native like names that are like more like from native languages, and then like not one person speaks any like knows what that word actually means, which is a little sad. We should probably learn what the word means. Oh man, we have one piece here that doesn't have a thing. Okay, what pattern did I use there? This one. Here we go. Fixed it. Okie dokie. Oh dear. Okay, then this one. What else do I have going on? So actually, now that my market stuff is wrapped up and already sent to printers. Hang on, sorry, we're doing some yoga here. He keeps squirming. He's gonna fall off the 6-foot chair here. So now that all the market things are off to print and ready to go, I'm kind of settling into a few projects I've been saving for the fall, so I'm very excited. One of them is this. This is the tarot deck, and I want to be spending a lot more time on this. I want to get a few more cards done before the holidays, quite a few if I can, because these start launching in the middle of October. So I'm going to start posting them. So I want to get ahead. So I don't want to kind of be like illustrating them and posting them right away. I want to give them some breathing room to build. Oh, Alessandra's coloring her zines. She did great on the weekend. I missed the streams yesterday. I had Mojo and I just were taking a break yesterday. So I think I missed your stream when we were up for a walk before it rained. But the one I saw on Saturday was great, Alessandra. The colors that you're choosing are really great. I'm very excited to see them come together. Your market's soon too, no? You're so close. Oh, let's just try that again, shall we? So I want to work on the tarot. I want to work on some projects for me. Some projects that I've had kind of waiting their turn. Some just kind of leisurely pick away projects. You know. See what's what. Kind of want to work on a couple projects that I have ideas for next year. So run some experiments too around here. My office has returned to full-time in the office. So 2 weeks ago, I'm not going to show you because it's a super disaster right now, but I dismantled my at-home office. At least I moved it. So now my studio space is all art studio. So when that gets all set up, because I'm going to set up like my live rig, I'm going to try and have it set up all the time. So I'm not doing it while you guys are watching me set up for the day. And then have more space to kind of set some projects up and have them sitting out a little bit more. So a few more like traditional projects. So I'm hoping to get some more traditional on the live stream in the new year for sure. So all kinds of things happening around here. Getting ready for holidays and things like that. Good Lord. It's like I've never drawn a line before. Let's try that again, shall we? What does it matter? Come here. You want to say hi to everybody first? There's Mojo. Do you say hi? Look, they're all going to say hi to you. Because they like the Mojo. You be a nice boy? Okay, you go play with your guys. What a guy. Pew, pew. Oops. Yeah, you go play with your guys, buddy. I'll be down in a few minutes. Oh, well, you were just wanted down, Goose. Go play with your guys, okay? How may I assist you? On your bed. Come on, buddy. Just be chill. Goodness me. Just leave a book. Look, Alessandra says hello. Don't huff at me. Just gonna wait a little bit, buddy, okay? Dude, he's like stomping his feet at me. What can I do for you? We're doing the live stream, buddy. Come on. It's art time. Woohoo! Sorry. Hang on. What's the matter? No, I'm not going to chase you, buddy. We're going to play in a minute, okay? We're doing this right now. Okay? We're all in a transition right now as we get the new schedule sorted out. Because he's home by himself a little bit more in the week. It's not a fan, but we're figuring it out. Look, see, Odari says, I miss Mojo. I miss Mojo. You're such a famous man. Sheesh. Everybody wants to hang out with Mojo. Get your guy, bud. What else? I've just been plugging away. Yeah, so kind of working through a few plans of things I want to try out for next year. The tarot is going to continue in through next year, obviously. I want to keep it going. I'd like to work to get it completed. I want to keep running off the momentum we have here. There's a few things I'd like to try for next year. A few traditional projects that have been just kind of waiting for me to come off this fresco high here. And just some things I want to try. Things that I learned from this year that I want to do more of. Things I want to do less of. You know, just working through. Seeing what comes out of it all. Keys is here. Hello, Keys. Welcome to the stream. Oh dear. It's like I'm learning how to draw for the first time tonight, guys. I am so sorry. Oh my goodness. Who drew all these little bubbles that need shading? Who did this? Abby's joined the chat. Hi, Abby. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Everything else is still running. That's good. That's good. Okay, what else? All of those are done. Oh, I got a couple knobs we missed here. Then we'll put the shadows on the red ones. Now, one of the things I wanted to do this weekend was some of the animation that I said I wanted to do for kind of the finals of the cards. I didn't get that far this weekend. Just needed a kind of a timeout reset a little bit. So I'm going to sit and try and learn some of that this weekend, I think, and try and see what I can figure out. Just something really simple for just a little subtle bit of movement on the cards. He says urns. Yeah. So this one is a new card that we're doing. And actually, yeah, so the inspiration for this is a tent called Bedtime Stories. And when the visitors to the circus open up each one, there's like a smell. And so it evokes like a memory of some kind, a childhood memory or a dream or something like that. And so, yeah, the room's full of vases, urns, mason jars, all kinds of fun, different vessels for these memories and things. So I wanted to represent that here and see what we can do. Kind of a fun challenge because have different kinds of containers without it being uniform. Although they all kind of seem to have this like bobbly kind of handle on them, but that's okay. Yay, Barbara's back. Woohoo! Okay, so let's get a save going. So what's everybody else working on? We got Elle Sanders, she's working on her zines, which is super great. Is everybody just chilling? It's kind of late for keys, no? Trying to remember where everybody's from. We're an international live stream. Okay, I'm gonna do the this. Is that the one I used? That's the one I used. This one. Ooh, my goodness. Alessandra says, I have a market to do on October 9th that I almost forgot about. Oops. Yikes. That would have been a rough morning. It's crazy. I actually had I haven't had one in a long time. I had like a back to school dream last night. I was like, what the heck? What the heck is this? So waking up and not being ready for a market. I've had that dream and that's not good. It's the new school exam dream. I'm doing well, thanks, Abby. How are you? Welcome to the stream. It's 6:38 where Barbara's at. Just a quick business card right now. Daughter flying in for a meeting and will spend tonight with us first. That's nice. I always love when like little things like that kind of turn into a little family get together. It works double duty. Always fun. 23:37 at Keys. Yikes, that's late. For a school night? My goodness gracious. 12:38. Where is it? Everybody's from all over the place. I love it. I love it. I was talking with one of my printers over the weekend, just kind of getting some final details out for an exciting new thing I have coming out. Follow me on the socials to figure out what that is. But I wish she was saying how busy she was, and I was like, yeah, I know. I'm like, it's very kind of the first time where I've been like, when's that time change when I get that extra hour? That would be great. School night, yeah. It's just work night doesn't sound as exciting. Odari says, I want to design tarot cards for my Terra Midnight character. Yes, you do. That would be amazing. Spooktober is coming. I have to make prompts for that. Oh, yes, yes. Yeah, I've been debating. I saw the Inktober list. But yeah, I'd love to see your Spooktober list as well, Odari. I'm not certain that I'm going to commit myself to full Inktober this year. I'm just coming off a 30-day reel challenge. So I don't know if I can make myself illustrate a whole list. But maybe I'll do one like once a week. Or maybe I'll alternate and do some Spooktober and Inktober. Sandra says, now you're taking being a teenager too far. Fair. It wasn't a scary back to school dream. It was like all the like new notebooks and all that kind of fun stuff, and it was just, I don't know. Wasn't a scary, oh my god, I don't know I need my stuff or I'm gonna fail my exam dream. It was just like a normal like early days when school isn't stressful. But yeah, I think your Terra Midnight character would be super great in a tarot card. So fun. I think it's encouraging, but also a little concerning for me that like I'm 8 cards in and I have so many designs. Like I'm encouraged that like the motivation is still there and I'm very excited to do it. Like I'm not losing steam now that I'm actually doing them. But I also like want to do like 10 more decks. I just have to remember 78 cards. 78. Like a lot. So many. Oops. Spooky season is Barbara's daughter-in-law's favorite holiday. I love that. Ditto, says Odari. Yeah, I'm not like, I like Halloween. I like the fall, and I more like goofy Halloween rather than like scary Halloween. Like I like Ghostbusters and Beetlejuice, things like that. But I don't like scary Halloween. I've been reading some like spooky books and stuff. I do plan to read Dracula for Halloween this year. That's going to be my spooky season book, if the holds in the library will stop coming in. That'll be my spooky season read. Okay, so we kind of have our low lights here, which is super duper awesome. I'm gonna get rid of that. Save this. And now, yeah, I think we definitely have room at the top of the card to eventually put in a curtain. Let's rough that in right now so that I don't forget, because I almost forgot the curtain on the fortune teller. Just kind of be like, just a hint that it's happening there. Keith says, I did not realize until now how much you folks are so into these tarot things. Yeah, it's a bigger community than I was aware of until very recently. I think it's because it falls into so many different categories. Like, it's not necessarily like people can use them for readings. I think a lot of artists use them for like their, like, my inspiration is like their design potential. There's so much meaning behind each card, so there's a lot of opportunity for really great visuals. Yeah, I think that they speak to a lot of different people for a lot of different reasons. So, and I think for me, like, I like to just illustrate things, but I find that since I've been doing these series illustrations, so when I started in 2020, was the beauties 2020 or 2021? Oh dear. 21, and then the stories would be 22, and 23 was stained glass. So 2021, when I started doing this series of beauties, I feel like it would it just kind of gives me some direction for my pieces. So with like the beauties, there's just kind of like different kind of like female-ish characters that I could use to kind of push my style a little bit more. Then like the next year was stories, and then the next year was, like, last year was the stained glass. So the common factor was the stained glass style, but then it I could do whatever I want with it. So it went from like sea creatures to the dragon to kraken to a circus, things like that. So I find like a series, it really helps kind of push things along. And so this is like a tarot deck is a natural series. You just have to come up with the subject matter. That's it. Very simple. Alessandra says, I got a cat one and another different one from Japan. I forgot the name of it for inspiration. Like a tarot deck? That's pretty cool. Yeah, they're pretty popular for lots of different reasons, I think. Okay, let's get the shadows onto our the red sections. I've only seen them online. Tarot decks, yeah, they're all over here. There's full shops dedicated to different I don't want to say the wrong word, but just kind of like different stores where you can go in and you can get like the crystals and the tarot and the candles and the different elements of that, and where those groups and stuff, kind of where those hobby interests lie. Again, I don't want to offend anybody with the wrong wording, not having the right one, but like full online shops with just tarot decks. There's all kinds of places where you can get different kinds of tarot decks. Even just our local bookstores have them as well. Must have been at least a decade since I've seen a deck for real. Well, in hopefully a year or so, you'll see this one for real. That's the plan. I'm going to print this when it's done. It just has to be done. No, don't worry about the neighbors, buddy. Okay? Don't worry about them. Don't worry about them. They're doing nothing to you. Just leave them. All right, there we go. Just leave them, buddy. Because there's some decks that you can get, like, there was one I had, and it was like fairy tale inspired. So like an artist had created them and everything. But then like you see people who have, like, if you follow anybody on Instagram who does readings or anything like that, there's some decks that have seen some things. They're like, they've been through it for sure. And there's sometimes like a pile of rules. Like sometimes people don't like other people touching the deck because it messes with the juju, kind of like with the vibe in it. Like I have a tarot deck that I do readings for myself. I probably would just use it for me, and I would probably not have other people use it. But then, yeah, there's all different kinds of things and different, some, like there was one my friend has that's more like of a crystal reading as opposed to like the decks like this one. So there's a whole pile of things going on. Metaphysics stores. There we go. That's where I go to get my crystals. There we go. So Odari had the word for me. I didn't want to say witches, but you know, sometimes different variations of kind of that genre of things. As it, metaphysics is a much better word for it. But yeah, all kinds of decks. Some are just very simple, like the deck that I have. I've shown them to you before. Like the cards are very straightforward. Like that's the star. So the illustrations are really great on them, but they're pretty standard. Like their suit cards, like they're all just kind of like that's the wands, and then the swords. So all the swords ones kind of look like this. They don't have different drawings on them like this one does. But then I have other decks that have an illustration on each page, on each card. So like the one I'm doing now. So yeah, they're a thing, and they're all over the place, and they're really popular. I keep hearing from people just on this deck alone already, and I'm only 7 cards in. I'm illustrating as fast as I can, guys. But yeah, all kinds of different uses for tarot, like, or areas of interest, I think. So I think that's probably why keys, you see them so much. It's not like people who play chess use a chessboard. Like, it's not like that. A lot of people will have tarot in their surrounding life for different reasons. So, and it probably doesn't help that I've been on your device of some sort saying the word tarot deck at least 50 times once a week. So your algorithm's probably all messed up, and it's my fault, and I'm sorry. But not sorry, because I'm glad you're here to watch this with us. Holy cow, guys, I swear, I know how to draw. Good Lord. I haven't even had any caffeine since lunchtime. Maybe that's a problem. Yikes. Holy cow, it's almost 8 o'clock. That's madness. I've read a book whose author used tarot cards for story writing or prototyping. Very cool. Do you remember the title of the said book? Because I'm already interested. I did just read a book recently. Blame it on the caffeine, I see. Yeah. You know, it's a good scapegoat. Sometimes it uses its power for evil, so I use it as an excuse. Alessandra's calling me out. Because, yeah, I also read another book. I finished it on the weekend, actually, and there's, like, little tarot elements in it, which made me excited at the start, but I don't know. I feel like I was missing something. The book should have been exactly my thing, and I did not feel excited about it, which makes me sad. Okay. Keys is going to look for the title of the book. Because, yeah, I'm already intrigued. Oh, dear. Trying not to spin too much. So sorry. Holy cow. Yikes. It's like my first day. Whew. But yeah, I've seen all different kinds of things, like different subject matter for the cards, different, sometimes people have just a card that speaks to them, rather than a whole deck. Some people read, when I first started doing mine, my personal readings, I just read the major arcana first. Those are the main cards, so like the Emperor we did and the Justice card. Just read those first to get a feel for the deck, and then move into having the suits and things. All kinds of elements to it for sure. All right, so let's get this shadow in here and see where we're at. Oh dear. No, Mojo, leave the neighbors be, please. Thank you, handsome. Mojo, come here to me. Enough, thank you. I'm gonna be a nice boy, okay? Could have been Hanafuda instead of tarot. I'm not sure. Interesting. I don't know that one very well. Okie dokie. So. So that's 1, 2, 3. I got like 4 layers into this one. That's nice. I like it. So let's do, because I don't want to get too much into shadows right now. I want to get a layer on top of this guy. This one, please. The idea was use the cards as placeholders for characters or events and flip them around. That's cool. That's kind of, I'm not an author, but that's a cool idea. I like that a lot. Just laying in a bit of our back shadows here. Now remember, we're going to have our outlines, so the few here that are going to have the kind of darker tops on them, we're going to be able to separate those from the background. I'm not too worried about that right now. Just, it was feeling a little muddy, so I felt like throwing in a dark background here is going to help me lay out the rest. Okay, so I'm going to do something a little different on this one. I'm going to do the outlining for the layers now. Because, excuse me, there's a lot of elements here, and I want to throw the right shadows in. And I think I've been overcomplicating my shadows so far. So what I want to do first is add a new layer. And what's my outline again? Here's my very important cheat sheet. 3. Okay. Black line here. Okay, so we're going to use this here. I made a cool trick that I stole from DTM's stream to cut lines. I've been wasting so much time. I'll go over that one next time I do line art. I'm not holding secrets. It just, that was kind of hard to see. But this illustration was a lot faster to do because I learned that tool. Okay, I want to erase some of this because it's not a main line. So what the heck's going on here? Okay. And then what I want to do here, this is in the bottom, which I don't love. What color? I don't know what color I want the curtain to be yet. I just wanted that line in there so that we can get started. Where did it go? Okay, so I'm going to put this in here. Okay, so the first one under here is going to be the gray color. It's a little lighter than that one. Pew, pew. Like this. Barbara says, is Behance changing its format? I'm wondering why this looks different. Maybe I'm not in the Adobe area. I'm not sure what specifically you're asking about, Barbara. Is it like the format of the UI on my iPad or like the layout of my stream? I think I can elaborate if I know which direction we're asking about. Oh, and I want this to be a thin. Oops. Now, this is harder because there's a lot going on, but I feel like I can do this. The layout of my MacBook Pro. Oh, I'm not sure. I haven't noticed any differences. I just updated my Illustrator and my Photoshop on my iMac, and I didn't notice a difference in the layout. Chat area smaller than usual on your side. The big chat area is smaller than usual on your side. Interesting. While we figure out what the question is, Odari has another one. What is that tattoo on your arm? So this is a quote, and it says, "There's nothing in this world I wouldn't do." And my siblings and I, my brothers will soon, we all have the quote in some format on our tattooed situation. So I picked my right arm because that's when I draw. I can see them when I'm drawing. So we all have, my brother's working on his, but we were all going to have the same quote tattooed in some fashion. And they're all different, which is super fun. I love it. The big chat area, smaller than usual on your side. Interesting. I haven't noticed a difference in the chat in particular, Barbara, but I've also been back and forth between like my phone. I know like the chat's different on the phone app versus the iPad, but the iPad looks somewhat similar to what's on the desktop. So I haven't noticed a lot of differences, but sometimes like some changes do come through slower for some people. So maybe it's on its way to me. Who knows? I love a good change. The URL doesn't include Adobe this time. That's weird because I'm on Adobe Live. Hi, Adobe. Atari says that's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, we came up with that one a while back, and we were trying to come up with a tattoo that would work for all of us. So we'd all be super matching, but then we just, not everybody was jiving with all the plans. Let's just try that again. So we decided that just the words would be in common, and we would do that. So we're all sort of matching, but get a tattoo that we enjoy at the same time. Good Lord. It's like I can't draw a straight line. What the heck's happening? Blech. Forgot how to draw over the weekend. I'm sorry. Okay. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh dear, what have I done? Okay, so there I want to do a new layer, and I want to do the, just off-white. Just reloaded the page and it's getting better. Oh my goodness. We found like a wormhole of some kind. Oh dear. Huh. Yeah, no, I'm definitely on my own stream, and you're obviously watching on Behance. I was going to say, if you're watching on YouTube, but you're commenting on Behance, so you're obviously watching on Behance. Yeah, it may be different if you clicked either on my stream, like I sent a link out earlier, if you came through my profile versus the Adobe Live link, maybe. Because mine doesn't say Adobe Live, but I came in through my profile so I could see the chat, so... Maybe they are adjusting something. It's quite possible. They're coming up to max soon, so they're probably throwing out a few things to see what'll stick. Because I'm sure there's changes all over coming. Alrighty. So I'm running over time here. So what I'm going to do next is... I'm going to clean up the messy pixely lines that you all had to look at today. I'm so sorry. I'm going to go in and add the layers, these outlines that we just did to the rest of the layering. And then I'm going to start throwing in the main shadows and the shadows all over the place, like we normally do. And we'll see how things work for doing the outlines first instead of waiting until the very end. I kind of like waiting to the very end because it's a very satisfying process to just outline those things. But I think the shadows that result from them, we can probably simplify that process a little bit. So we'll give it a try. But I think I'm going to let you all get on with your Monday. I really appreciate everybody tuning in. Odari, Alessandra, Barbara, Keys, you guys are amazing. I don't know if Abby's still here or not. Everybody who's on YouTube and Facebook as well. Adobe, hi, everybody. It's so nice to see you all. I hope that you have had a good night so far. Keys says, no. Why no? No, it's time for Mojo to go for a walk. So I got to give the guy a little bit of his own time here. So I'm going to keep working on this, and I'll be back next week. And I don't know if we'll be on this card or a new card. Who knows? We'll figure it out. But yeah, keep an eye on the socials. I've got lots of fun stuff happening over there. I've got a few more days of reels to do. And... market things coming up right after that, so keep an eye out because it's a lot of exciting things. I've been kind of like holding back on a lot of things, so now I can kind of launch it all. So it's gonna be a busy place, so definitely hang out there. Definitely tuning into Alessandra's live streams if you see her. Anybody else who's live streaming, Odari's coming back soon. He's got important adulting business, but I'm sure he'll be back soon. But in the meantime, have a great week, and I'll catch you all next Monday.